Good morning, children. Hope everybody is fit and fine. So, children, today we are going to start a new chapter in your Marigold book. The name of the chapter is Gulliver's Travels, written by Jonathan Swift. So, children, before starting this chapter, tell me one thing. Do you like to go for some adventurous trip? Of course, yes. So, we have already read about the sea adventure of Robinson Crusoe. Here is another adventure for you. So, let's start.
So, children, Gulliver's Travels is a very famous story written by the very famous writer Jonathan Swift. He was a priest and had a passion for writing. He tried out different styles of writing in English. Gulliver's Travels is a four-part tale. It was first published in 1726. It describes the adventurous sea trips of the captain Lemuel Gulliver that land him at strange places with strange people. The story that we are going to read tells us about the second journey that Gulliver takes. This particular story falls in the category of fantasy, means here a world that is unreal and totally out of imagination. So, children, let's go on this adventurous trip with me. This story is an autobiography of a sailor, Gulliver. Do you know what is an autobiography? Yes. When a person tells the story of his life in his own words, it is called an autobiography. Okay? So, children, you can find that the whole story is narrated in the first person. Gulliver himself is narrating this story. So, let's go ahead. Gulliver, a sailor, was once caught in the land of giants. Giants means very huge creatures. And this is how he describes his experience. So, children, Gulliver was a sailor. Sailor means a person who works in a boat or a ship. Okay, so let's start. On the 16th of June 1730, we discovered land. Our captain sent a dozen men with vessels for water, if any could be found. When we came to land, we saw no river or spring nor any inhabitants. I went on to explore. The country was barren and rocky. I turned back to join the crew, only to see them getting into the boat and rowing for life to get to the ship. So, on the 16th of June 1730, Gulliver and his men discovered or found a land. The captain sent a few of them with containers to go and check out for water on the land, but they could not find any water. There was no river or spring nor any inhabitants, means the people living there. Gulliver went on to explore, means to look into or discover. He found that the country was barren. Barren means without any vegetation or greenery, and there were rocks only. Gulliver turned back to join the crew. Crew means group of sailors of the ship, and he saw them getting into the boat and rowing for life to get to the ship, means propelling or moving the boat as fast as they could to get into their ship. Before I could reach them, I observed a huge creature walking after them in the sea as fast as he could. The water of the ocean reached only till his knees. However, the monster was unable to overtake the speeding boat. I turned back quickly and climbed up a steep hill with fields of barley on either side and the corn rising up to 40 feet. There was a fence to pass from one field to the other. So, before Gulliver could reach the sailors, he saw a huge creature or giant walking after them very fast. He was so huge that the water of the ocean reached only till his knees. However, the giant or the monster was not able to overtake the speeding boat. After seeing this, Gulliver turned back quickly. He was all alone on this island now. He started climbing up quickly on a steep hill with barley fields and corn rising up to 40 feet. Steep means sharp vertical hill. Barley is a kind of grain in the form of grass. He saw a fence. Fence means a barrier made of wire or wood to enclose the area, to pass from one field to the other. So he saw a fence to pass from one field to the other. It was impossible for me to climb because every step was 6 feet high. I was trying to find a gap in the hedge when I discovered one of the inhabitants in the next field walking towards the fence. He was of the same size as the creature chasing the boat. I was struck with utmost fear and astonishment and ran to hide myself. He called in a voice much louder than a trumpet. It sounded like thunder. 7 monsters like him came towards the field ready to reap the corn. They carried a reaping hook which was very big. So Gulliver saw a field that had got a very high fence in which every step was 6 feet high. So Gulliver could not climb, and he was trying to find out a gap in the hedge or fence, but he saw another inhabitant or giant in the next field coming towards the fence. He was of the same size as the giant who was chasing the boat. Gulliver was greatly scared and surprised to see another monster and ran to hide himself. The giant called in voice much louder than a trumpet. Trumpet means an elephant's sound. Okay? So the giant's voice was much louder than an elephant's sound. So his voice was very loud and sounded like thunder. Thunder means like the sound caused by lightning in the storm. Okay? 7 other monsters like him came towards the field ready to reap. Reap means to cut or harvest the corn, and they carried a reaping hook which was very big. Reaping hook is a tool to reap the crops. Okay? When one of the reapers approached where I lay hidden, I screamed as loud as I could. The creature stopped reaping, picked me up between his thumb and forefinger, and brought me close to his eyes, 60 feet above the ground. He looked at me with curiosity and blew my hair aside to get a better view of my face. So, one of the reapers came near where Gulliver was hidden. Gulliver got scared and shouted loudly. Then the monster stopped reaping the corn and picked Gulliver up between his thumb and forefinger as You can see in the picture also. Then he brought him close to his eyes 60 feet above the ground. So, children, here you can imagine how huge the giant was. The giant looked at him with curiosity as if he had never seen such a tiny creature in his life. And then he blew Gulliver's hair aside to get a better view of his face, means to see him clearly. He called his friends and gently placed me on the ground. They all sat on the ground to take a good look at me. Okay, so then the giant who picked up Gulliver called other monsters and placed Gulliver gently on the ground. Gently means with a kind and soft manner. Okay, so the rest of the monsters came up to have a look at Gulliver, means to see Gulliver clearly. I walked slowly backward and forward, pulled off my hat, and made a low bow towards the farmers. I tried to speak to them loudly in several languages. Each time I did so, the farmer who picked me up held his ear very close to me, but in vain. The farmer took me to his house and placed me at some distance on the dining table, which was 30 feet high from the floor. So, Gulliver, exactly not knowing what to do, walked slowly backward and forward. He pulled off his hat and made a low bow towards the farmers, means he bent his head to show respect to them. Gulliver tried to talk to them in different languages but was unable to communicate. As Gulliver was so little in size, the farmer thought him to be a good amusement, so he took him to his house and placed Gulliver at some distance on the dining table, which was 30 feet high from the floor. So, very big. Dinner was brought for the farmer in a dish which was 10 feet in diameter. The farmer's wife crumbled some bread and placed it before me. In the middle of the dinner, I heard a noise behind me. It was the purring of a cat that was 10 times larger than an ox. The farmer's wife was stroking him. Then entered the farmer's 1-year-old son in the arms of a lady. On seeing me, the child grabbed me from the table and put my head into his mouth. I shouted so loudly that the baby dropped me. I would have broken my neck if the mother had not held her apron under me. Later, she put me on her own bed and covered me with a clean white handkerchief. I slept, dreaming of my home, my wife, and my children. So, there in the farmer's house, Gulliver saw that the dish in which dinner was brought for the farmer was 10 feet in diameter, means very wide and big. Gulliver also got some bread crumbs to eat by the farmer's wife. Here, crumbled means broken into pieces. Gulliver had a real adventure there. He saw a big cat as 10 times larger than an ox, means a giant cat. And the farmer's wife was stroking the cat, means she was touching that cat gently. And the cat was purring, means the cat was continuously making soft sound. Okay. Then the farmer's 1 year old son entered there. Thinking Gulliver a small toy, the child grabbed him, means snatched him suddenly from the table and put Gulliver's head into his mouth. Gulliver was very much scared by that time, and he shouted so loudly that the child dropped him. The mother quickly held her apron under him and saved his life. Here, apron is a protective cloth worn over the front of one's clothes and tied at the back. So, the mother held her apron under Gulliver and saved his life. Later, the mother picked Gulliver up and put him on her own bed and covered him with a clean white handkerchief. By now, Gulliver was homesick and started dreaming of his house, his wife, and children. Okay, children, that's all for today. Hope you have enjoyed the story. So, read the chapter properly. In the next video, we will discuss the question answers and book exercises of this chapter. Thank you.